Hi Libra, this is Anastasia for Amira Salon's channel, and this will be your general November 2017 reading. And I'm going to use 3 cards from Golden Tarot deck by Cat Black. I will be also pulling 3 cards from Madame Lenormand Oracle deck. And I was guided to use for air signs for November Messages from Fairies by Doreen Virtue, and it will be 1 card. So let's begin with Golden Tarot and see what November has in store for Aquarius. And again, it's just a general reading, so if you have any specific question, you can always book a personal reading. Just go to the website and you can be guided to do so. And that's what we have. Okay, we have 8 of Coins, 5 of Cups, and Ace of Swords. Okay, so Aquarius, I would like to begin with eight of Coins. 8 of Coins or 8 of Pentacles is a card of hard work. It's a card of professional worker, of professional focus on profession, on your workplace, on your work environment. And looking at this card, we can feel the overall energy is of focus, and it's also some kind of acknowledgement of someone's purpose. So the person on this card most likely is a very skillful worker. He is a master of his hands. So this card can directly show that in November, Aquarius, you will do something by your hands, literally, if you're doing crafts or your profession is about making something, like producing, making a product, and it could be literally a product of your hands. Like if you're a cook, right? You need your hands to do something, to prepare food. Like baking a cake, you need to yeah, and what I'm picking up right now, it's the idea of transformation of the energy of your hands into some very tangible result. That's the energy of this card. If you're not doing literally something by your hands, it could be that November for you, Aquarius, will be a month of focus on hard labor in terms of you have to apply your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience, and your professional skills. Um, you have to focus on a very specific job, what you already know how to do, and you know that you do it well. And so you have to maybe prove that you are a master of your own hands, of your profession, that you know what you're doing and you know how to do it. It's your modus operandi. And yeah, you can work. It shows that mostly it will be a project that you have to do on your own, because we don't see other people. Here we see tools. Instead of people, we see tools. So you have to rely on your tools. And metaphorically speaking, your tools could be your skills, your talents, your stamina, your approach, your know-how. So this is an interesting card for you. So November will be opening an opportunity for you to actually to excel in what you are doing. It can also mean learning new skills. So if you already know something, maybe there is a need to either refine your skills or maybe add something else, maybe add more tools, or maybe to focus on tools that you did not use in the past, but now it's time for applying this knowledge or this experience. Very interesting energy coming from this card. Then we have 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups is a card of some kind of resentment of your own validity or value. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. Like, you're kind of, if it's you, Aquarius, you're kind of sitting in this position of a person who is contemplating over spilled wine, and some of the cups are still full, but the person is apparently very, I don't know, very sad. I feel the energy of sadness, of some kind of dissatisfaction, looking at the wine that is being spilled. There is also a figure, a person who is trying to kind of soothe or like give some consolation to the person who is kind of crying over spilled wine. And interestingly, this angel figure is black. All this image shows me that, Aquarius, maybe it would be some situation in November when you will be feeling quite sad over something, maybe lost opportunity, or the opportunity that you thought that this is very important for you, and in reality it's not that important, because your life is still balanced with the cups that are still full with wine, but for some reason you think, no, what I lost is more important than what I have. And no matter how much somebody will be trying to divert your attention from the spilled wine, and maybe focus on the wine that is still in the cups available for you, you are still kind of rejecting the support or assistance. You're still in some kind of grief over lost chances, lost opportunities, or maybe maybe the project you were working on did not work really well, and you're kind of thinking, you know what, that was my opus magnus, and if I failed it, that's it, that's the end of the world. But in reality, you don't notice that the angels are watching over you. And see, it's the black color. It means that maybe you don't even notice them, or whatever suggestions or assistance is coming to you, you ignore it, instead of looking at the positive side of somebody who will try to give you, you know, trying to refocus your attention to something positive. No, you are turning your back. I would take this card as a warning, Aquarius. Don't be crying over spilled wine. Look at the other opportunities that are still there. You know, even if we lose 9 opportunities, there is still one more that is waiting for you. So we know that if 5 doors are closed, maybe tomorrow will be a new day, and the 6th door will be open to you. So 5 of cups, and that's why I'm saying 5 and 6. So 5 of cups is kind of concentration of something that is being lost, or it was not used to the full capacity, and kind of sending the energy of sorrow and grief and wasting the energy, productive energy, on sorrow, instead of turning your light, your inner light, your capacity, your wisdom, your ability to work on something else. So this is a very interesting card for you. Don't take it as only statement of a fact that you will be dissatisfied with something, but rather take it as a warning. Whatever happens, just don't focus on the negative side. Look for more opportunities. Something that you're seeking will be seeking you if you don't focus too much on what is being lost. And Ace of Swords is very much in tune with what I just said, because Ace of Swords, it's a card of triumph. Usually it has an energy of cutting off something that is not working for you really well, and by doing so you will be able to release the energy, creative energy of doing something that is good for you. I love this card. It's a card of hope. It's a card of clarity of intentions. It's a card of clarity of what has to be left behind and what has to be focused upon. And I would say all of these cards, they kind of they describe one and the same situation, when you have to focus on your skills, on your wisdom, on your professionalism, and not to focus on some failures if there are any, or you know, something that stops you, or some obstacles. Don't give them energy, because the more energy you give to the obstacles, the higher the wall is, right? But the Ace of Swords shows that as soon as you get the power of your intellect, of your wisdom, of your professionalism, you immediately, you can cut, you can separate good from bad, and just move on with will and inspiration, and you will win in the long run, because this is an energy of victory. Very interesting. Now let's see, let's look at the Lenormand cards. Maybe they will give us some additional meaning here. Aquarius for November 2017. Okay. Okay, we have a bear, a book, and birds. So again, I think you noticed I was talking mostly about professional situation, and most likely it's because of the Eight of Coins as the major card, that the opening, the card that opens the reading. I strongly feel that in November you will be mostly focused on professional themes. Yeah, because of this card. So if we look at three cards from the second deck, I again have a feeling that this situation mostly will be happening in the workplace and career-wise, because the bear usually is a card that shows sponsorship. It can be your boss. It relates to the It relates to professional success and wisdom and at power. So it could be a figure of authority, and maybe that's what is happening here. Maybe you will be involved in some situation when you can be reprimanded by your supervisor. Let's put it this way, and that's the energy of dissatisfaction or some kind of failure will be present, and at the same time, the bear card show that you are not all by yourself, and you can have support. You can have support from authoritative figure, and sometimes, you know, it could happen that those people who we think they're enemies, they could be our supporters and helpers. So instead of maybe conflicting with people who criticize you, let's say at the workplace, you can ask for their advice, and they will feel powerful. And being powerful means they would like to share their experience and their wisdom with you, and actually support you instead of reprimand you. So think about that. I have this very interesting, funny kind of energy of when your failure can actually become a beginning of your success. And it's related to some powerful depend on at the workplace. Interesting. Yeah, and there is this book usually speaks about some secret knowledge. There are two basic meanings of this card. One is secret knowledge. There is something that you still don't know, so maybe you should not be too soon, you know, like too soon regret about something at your workplace or or career-wise, but instead uh, getting more information, because book also is the card of information. Now it is closed. That means that you need to open it and kind of turn the page, find the right chapter, and kind of read some advice that will clarify the situation. So it's coming in November as well. It also can show directly the idea of wisdom and accumulating knowledge and skills that you need to proceed. And it brings me back to the first card. So Eight of Coins, professionalism, accumulating experience, using tools. And book also could be indicating on you really need, maybe you need to study more. You need to look back through the project that maybe was not so successful in the beginning, and find more information how to, and most just how to make it work for you. This is interesting. So maybe you really have to turn instead of just wasting your energy on crying over spilled milk, so to speak. You just have to use this energy on accumulating more knowledge and finding other ways how to do maybe the same thing, but from a different perspective, and it will be successful for sure. The birds card, uh, when I look at this card, it brings me kind of the idea of noise. It could be some noise, it could be some sending or texting back and forth messages over important issue. It could be also the card of a family life, which is not very stable, when people are constantly working on building up some harmony, or building up like they're building this nest, right? So you will be in the process in November, you will be in the process of building up some partnership. It could be marriage, it could be, again, back to our workplace situation. It could be noise, it could be hassle. And you have to, yeah, you rely on your skills and your wisdom and your experience, but there will be another person who is involved. And yeah, you have to balance these energies that are coming to you in November, Aquarius. And being an air sign, you're good at communication, so you really have to maybe listen to other co-workers, and again, acquire more knowledge and absorb more information, and see how you can turn the situation, which maybe is not very successful in the beginning, to your own benefit. Okay, and now one card from the fairies. Messages from magical fairies. Aquarius, November 2017. Okay. Spring. Your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. This is an interesting card. Well, maybe the project that you're working on, I would say spring it's a long time to wait. But maybe, so it could be two meanings. One meaning is that, unfortunately, that you have to wait, like the project that you're working on right now is just starting to kind of it's fermenting, right? It's still not there. You're still working on that. You really have to acquire more knowledge and to apply more skills and to separate good from bad. Something that is not working for you should be cut off, and you have to listen to the wise and to those at power. And gradually, by springtime, when the flowers start blooming, it will be the outcome, a very positive one, I should say, because looking at this beautiful card, it shows like this beautiful, like the fairy sitting on the beautiful rose. I would say it's a rose, and the butterfly is near. So it looks like an outcome, very positive, a product of all your intentions, and that you will plant the seeds now in autumn, and then comes winter, and the hard work is, in progress, but by springtime it will be culminating with something really nice. And another thing is, like, spring is it's the energy of being young, of being just opening. How to say, when the flowers are opening their bloom, it's a gradual process. So maybe you're at this stage in November, Aquarius, when your project or whatever you're working on is only starting to ferment. You know what I mean? And you have this energy of a beginner. But I would say, in my vision, it's the energy is akin to Fool in the tarot, Rider-Waite tarot deck, traditional one, that you're in the beginning of something important for you, and you're yet to bloom. But this is a beautiful energy of experience, of getting new experience and exploring things. So don't get it, don't be um, how to say, don't think that, oh, spring, I have to wait so long. Don't focus on the outcome, focus on the process of new ideas, and then acquiring skills and then working on that, and then your commitment and your wisdom, and you're kind of a gentle gardener right now, I would say. And it starts in November, and it would be a very beautiful process of blooming close to springtime. That's very interesting. I'm intrigued at what is that, what you're working on, Aquarius. So I wish you well, good luck, and bye bye till next time.